Okay, I'm sorry. It's had to clear my throat right there. This is a maybe uncomfortable truth about an older nurse. This is a question posed to me recently with one of my friends in critical care. He had jumped from critical care from our unit, and we were just chit-chatting a little bit. I saw him in the morning, and he was like, "Well, when are you gonna jump?" You know, because that is our unit. Our unit's like basically a stepping stone. And that concept has come up at least half a dozen times. I kid you not, in the last 4 days, because that's what we're known for. We train them, and then they go off to more greener lands. You know. And I said to my friend who posed the question to me, I said, I'm probably not going to jump. He's like, why? And I was like, how many years in front of me do you think I have as a career? You know, he forgot how old I am. I mean, we were classmates together. And he's probably in his late 20s. I think, yeah, he's in his late 20s. Just had a baby. And I was like, dude, my babies are about to have babies. No, you know, I was like, you know, it's going to take him another probably year to get used to the new unit. He's been gone already a year. And I told him, I was like, do I have time to jump and learn another unit in 2 to 3 years? You know what that 2 to 3 years is? A significant portion of the remaining part of my career. Is it 10%? Is it 20%? And he looked at me like, oh, you know, and I actually said that same conversation to somebody else who she just turned, I believe, 31. She just got married. And I said, you know, hey, I don't think so. You could be management. She's been thinking of management or something, you know, or something else, another unit, or management within our unit. But, you know, that requires someone getting out of the way, right? So it's a question that is uncomfortable, but does need to be posed to especially my listeners, my viewers, because you guys are on the older side, right? Most of you guys, and not 20-year-olds that tune into my channel, whatever. If you're coming into this at 40, you know, you don't have as many years in front of you as a 20-year-old nurse or a 25-year-old nurse. My daughter's going to be 25 when she gets her RN. She's got completely different career trajectory than I do. You know, I became a nurse at 50, literally twice her age. You know, I lost 25 years already. So you have to pick and choose a little better, or at least hold the trigger quicker, you know, one or the other, however you want to cut that slice. And understand that, you know, you pick well. And I think I picked well. I mean, it's a tough unit, but I was like, you know, I'm comfortable. I was just precepting somebody, an ICU nurse, actually, a traveler, and he's coming to our unit, and we were talking, you know, because let him do the assignment, and I'm just kind of shadowing him, making sure he's doing everything right. And he's an ICU nurse. He knows what he's doing. He's from freaking Newark. You kidding me? He's dealing with freaking trauma all the time, left and right. You know, crazy stuff. You know, massive blood transfusion protocols. You know, gunshots, whatever. You know, I'm dealing with crazies. That's all I'm dealing with. But he's being paid a lot of money as a traveler. And that's what I said to my daughter. ICU nurses travel and they get paid a lot. What is he quite doing on a medsurg floor? They're using a scalpel to hammer in a nail. I don't know why. But he's part of our flow pool. So he can go anywhere. So next week he's probably going to go to, I was looking at a schedule. I said, that's our COVID ICU unit. Probably he'll be there. Yeah, I think he's qualified for MICU, not SICU. Probably not PICU, probably not NICU, but you know, anywhere else, the medical ICU, step down, any of the medsurg, ortho, peds. I don't know about peds, but he has ED history. So I mean, any of those places, you know, he's able to really be slotted in, and that's good and bad. Just to segue a little bit, yeah, he's going to be paid top dollar. Yeah, he can be segued anywhere. But do you want to be segued? Do you want to be slotted in anywhere? Not segued, slotted anywhere. Because that's the thing. Why I'm training him is that he knows everything, but he doesn't know how we do it. It's like dropping, one of our nurses in NYU Langhorne. They do things totally different. You drop them into UCLA Medical Center. They do things different. Not better, not worse. I don't think so. Maybe they do better, whatever. But they definitely do it differently. And that's the thing that he had to comprehend. And I had to stay on top of him and say, no, you had to do this way. Because for our unit, we're neurocentric, right? We're a neuro unit. It's different than what he's used to. It's different than what ortho's used to. It's different than what cardio's used to. Cardiac's used to. I'm sorry. Just ended my shift. So, it's just a matter of him attuning himself. And that's hard because next week, he's on a totally different unit. He's on the COVID ICU. Next week after that, maybe he's going to be at ED. So on and so forth. And we were talking about ED. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's a little, quote unquote, easier, if you want to say it that way. If you can handle the crazy, charting for us and whatever. It was like, yeah, we were joking around. We're like, yeah, whatever, right? Wink, wink, that's code, right? So it's not horrible, but learning every unit is, excruciating, maybe is the word I should use, because he and I were saying, like, oh my God, he has to know 3 different epics, 2 different Omnicell Pyxis, and a partridge in a pear tree. I was like, holy crap. How do you keep that shit all in your head? I hate floating within my own organization because my head explodes. I was like, this, because I warned him. I said, okay, COVID does it this way. He's like, why is that? He's like, he's coming into our organization. So he said, why don't you guys have it the same? I was like, I don't make the rules. But that unit is managed differently. This is how they do it. So he's like, I don't want to go down there. I was like, nah, yeah. For him, it's a walk in the park. He handles COVID all the time. And I told him, I said, it's not a big deal. Yeah, he knows that. But it's just, now he has to learn a whole new system next week. That's stupid. Continuity of care, continuity of training. So just be aware that jumping around, I'm trying to slide back to the original topic, is you're going to have to know a lot more. And just the nuts and bolts of stupid things. As an older nurse, I don't want to do that. And that's why I was like, no, to my friends, I said, I'm going to stay here and squat here and finish out my career here. Probably, maybe I'll, do some clinical work and whatever, just more of a bucket list thing. But I like my unit. I don't feel like jumping for more money or whatever. I like the people. I happen to like the people more than anything. The work is okay. And that's what I suggest to you guys. When you guys pick well. Don't be afraid to pull the trigger very quickly so that you try different things. I hate peds. Oh, I hate neuro. Oh God, I hate ortho. I hate oncology. Whatever, until you find what you like. Because chances are, ironically, you're not going to want to change. Once you're settled in, you're going to be comfortable. Because once you change, again, you're going to have to relearn the whole system. And it's going to take a lot of time. What if it takes 3 years? You change 3 times. It's 9 years. If you're a nurse at 50, becoming a nurse at 50 like me, so you finally settle when you're 59, you're going to retire in a couple years. And that's what I was saying trying to explain to my friends. I was like, dude, I only got a few more years ahead of me. Should have picked well. I think I picked well. And that's why I said to my boss when I submitted my request to stay on and be full-time, she said, I thought you wanted to go ICU and ED. And I was like, after floating for COVID, they're all bitches. I don't like the other units. And she laughed. She was actually 20 years, 15 or 20 years, I forgot, ICU nurse, but ICU at least 15 years ICU nurse herself. So she laughed and she's like, no problem. She signed my request real quick, and I was full time with our unit like the next week, not even. I think the end of that day, actually, they called me, but I was on shift. I didn't get back to them till the following day, if I remember correctly. But that's the thing. You got to try to find your home, is what I'm saying. It's an uncomfortable topic because we kind of face our mortality and our limited shelf life. Like I said, my daughter is going to be a nurse at 25 at the end of this year. That's, I was twice as old as her when I became a nurse. I lost out on 25 years, and it's the reality of us being older nurses. So I don't have 10 years to give to one unit, 10 years to give another unit, and then settle. My girlfriend, she became a nurse, I think around 30. She did some other respiratory before that, so she had an idea, and then she did, I think, couple years, and then settled. And she's been 16 years in the same unit in NICU. So yeah, it's about 34 or something like that when she settled, and boom, she'll probably kill me for revealing her age, but it is what it is. But just FYI out there, people probably don't want to. I've not seen any topics on this. So again, I like talking about stuff that other people don't talk about, and I will be very straight and honest with you guys, and it might not be what you want to hear, but is what you should hear. Okay? Good luck.